Dr. Ejiogu, what are some of the barriers to the use of technology in Nigeria? And I know that in the United States we do have a lot of access. And what steps have you taken to help remedy the situation?
So, in Nigeria, like I mentioned previously, West Africa generally, the biggest challenge for us would be knowledge, just awareness, really. We are getting there because even though you mentioned we have a lot of access here in the US, I'm wondering whether in this room we do know that Africa jumped from the analog phone technology infrastructure and went straight into digital. So the mobile network is very, very vibrant there. And because of that, we are optimistic, extremely optimistic, that in spite of the lack of awareness, if we begin to educate people much more through that medium, I'll have you know that 50% of Africans have a mobile phone, way down from the cities into the rural areas. So they are familiar with apps and programs and internet use. Well, 10% may be the only internet users, maybe, but really they're familiar with the use of apps and they're very comfortable with using technology. This is also a big way that we have been able to work with the Global Autism Project to do our work. It's through, the use of WhatsApp, to have our clinical supervisors train us, oversee our work that we do. So even though the barriers are awareness, most parents don't believe that, what we've seen today is possible. We can actually capitalize on this nugget of being, front and center of having this vibrant mobile network to do more education, provide more awareness, and at the end of the day, close the gaps that exist between our continent and this part of the world.
As I'm thinking, Dr. Ejiogu, in the United States as well, in North America, there's still a huge community that does not have the access, and that often, as Neil and David touched on, understand what we're experiencing here, the intelligence that is inherent in all human beings, and the rights to be able to share that. So I just, what you're doing is so essential and important.